Hello, my name is Ray Jacoby. I'm the chairman of the Acton Community Preservation Committee, and I'm here to make a presentation on Article 9, which is the Community Preservation Program Direct Appropriations from Fund Balances. As we like to do each year, I'd like to present some background on what the Community Preservation Act is, which is under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 44B. It's a law that was passed in 2000. It enables communities to raise and earmark funds for open space preservation. There's a statutory requirement of a minimum of 10%. Preservation of historic resources, also a statutory requirement of allocating 10% minimum. And community housing, also a 10% minimum. In addition, the acquisition and development of outdoor recreational facilities. It is funded by a surcharge on local property taxes up to 3%. The town of Acton adopted this at town meeting in 2002 and set a 1.5% surcharge as part of this act. This slide presents the money we have available to fund this year. Bottom line is we had a total of $1,721,881. There's details on the slide that includes the surcharge collected in 2020 was $1,062,000. There was a state trust fund receipt of $247,000, interest earned of $140,399, unencumbered funds from FY 2020 of $9,661, and recapture funds from prior year's projects of $242,842.92. This slide is a very quick summary of the projects that we are recommending as a committee to appropriate this year. They're labeled A through O. And rather than go through them right now and read the slide, we're going to go through each one in the subsequent slides. This slide kind of shows the recommended projects by category. Administrative support is $66,000. Historic this year is $132,000. Recreation, $555,000. Cumulative housing, which is $574,000, and open space of $529,700. So that's how the money is getting allocated this year. Now I'd like to go through each of the recommendations specifically. Article A is a historical set aside, which is for $68,311.75. This represents bringing the total allocated to the 10% statutory requirement. This year we did not have historic resource applications that met the 10% requirement, so the difference is being set aside. The open set is, IB is for the Open Space Set Aside Fund. We're recommending setting aside $393,000 for future open space purchase and protection. This is for the regional housing services. This is $34,000 has been recommended for 1 year of continued service in the Regional Housing Authority. Acton's membership has been funded for FY 12 through FY 21 with CPA funds. Services are authorized with an intra-municipal agreement. Current members include Acton, Bedford, Concord, Lexington, Lincoln, Maynard, Sudbury, Wayland, and Weston. We're requesting 420 hours. The Community Housing Program Fund. This is $40,000 to be allocated for the acquisition, creation, and preservation and support for community housing. These funds are held by the ACHC and are approved, the expenditures are approved by the Board of Selectmen. E. It's for the Acton Housing Authority for the development of 348 to 364 Main Street. $500,000 has been recommended to pay for the pre-development costs for the development of 40 units of elderly and disabled affordable rental housing at 348 to 364 Main Street. The housing units will be for low-income households whose income is below 60% of median income. 4 of the units will be barrier-free, all will be universally accessible, and 8 to 10 will be for households that are under 30% of median income. 2 of the units will be 2 bedrooms to allow for live-in aid, and 6 of the units will be set aside for households under 60 with disability. Excuse me. The entire development will cost approximately $15 million, and the community preservation funds will leverage millions in state, private, and federal financing. The Acton Housing Authority currently has over 100 local senior households on its waiting list. Project F, which is the Town Pencil Factory Bridge, $44,000 has been recommended to make one of Acton's important historical resources, the North Acton Pencil Factory, more accessible to the general public. The project will create a 320-foot accessible path through the Pencil Factory historical site from the Bruce Freeman Trail over Neshoba Brook via a new bridge and to the information kiosk located on the trail through time. The project will be completed in 2 phases. Phase 1, which will be in 2021 for design and permitting. Phase 2, bidding and construction. The $44,000 appropriation being recommended is for the Phase 1 of the project. The Town of Acton Preliminary Architectural, Archaeological, and Historic Review. This is setting up a fund that would be used exclusively for quick turnaround, professional archaeological and cultural resource assessments to provide a preliminary assessment of the likelihood of finding significant archaeological or historical assets as a result of an application to a town department for further development. Such engagements would require only 1 to 2 days of field work and result in a written report. Estimates from local firms put the cost of such work at between $1,100 and $1,500 per day. It is anticipated there might just be 1 or 2 such instances per year. Item H, the Textiles and Clothing Collection. This is $10,000 being recommended to assist the Acton Historical Society to review and revitalize for the review and revitalization of their collection of historic costumes and textiles collection. Item I, the 53 Street Historic Park. $100,000 is being recommended to assist the town in the 53 River Dam project with the final design and permitting. This request is to complete the engineering and permitting of the dam removal portion of the project. The total cost of the project is estimated to be $1,300,000 exclusive of park creation. The town hopes to find grants to fund the work. The dam and seawall repair or removal program have been identified as the most likely funding source, with grant awards up to $1 million available. Item J, the Gardner Playground Phase 2. $100,000 has been recommended toward the purchase and construction of new play structures, which was one of the outcome results from the master plan and land survey for the revitalization of Gardner Field. The town is also contributing funds toward the new play structures. Gardner Field is located in West Acton at 530 to 532 Mass Avenue. A master plan was created by Lemonbrook to perfect the strategy, plans, and design of a new park. The existing park equipment is 24 years old, deteriorating and not currently accessible. Gardner Field is within walking distance of the neighboring Acton Boxborough schools. Item K, $240,000 has been recommended to complete Phase 2 of the NaRa Sports Pavilion Facility, in quotes, the South Building. In 2016, the Recreation Department requested the CPA funding for renovation of 2 modular houses comprising the sports pavilion and was awarded funding for approximately half the project. In 2019, the Recreation Department requested the remaining funding, but again was awarded half the request. The South Building, Phase 2, will house an urgent need for a NaRa summer camp office, on-site recreation office, snack bar, and a basement for storage of valuable recreation equipment. Both buildings will also serve as a shelter for campers in the event of severe weather. At this time, the South Building only has the exterior complete. Funding is critical to the completion of the interior of the South Building. Item L, Jones Field surfing expansion. $115,000 has been recommended to fund poured rubber surfacing around all play structures at the current site of the Jones Field playground. The poured rubber surface will allow for people with all abilities to access every piece of equipment at all access points. In addition to accessibility, the poured rubber is also a safer form of surfacing from heights from other structures. Located in South Acton, Jones is the sole municipal playground in that area of town, convenient to many South Acton residents. In keeping with the town's recreation goals in the open space and recreation plan, as well as expressed desire of many residents for a fully accessible playground, is greatly needed. The last 3 articles are very straightforward in terms of item N and item O are for debt service. So we bonded the acquisition and open space for these 2 properties. One is the Wright Hill open space plan, and the second one is for the Piper Lane open plan, as was a debt service of $59,900. Item M is for the 5% administrative support. Again, we're recommending appropriating $66,478.88 to assist with the administrative cost of the CPA program. This represents 5% of the FY20 revenues. This is comprised of committee support, accounting, abatements, project follow-up, state filings, and legal advice. Thank you very much.